who's ready. Okay, you'll have to wait. Yeah, don't peck me. No. We're not ready. Okay, here you go, Mr. Yaboon. That's all I got, Crispy. You got to go eat with them. Yeah, go eat with them. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Homestead Knitting Podcast. My name's Danielle, and I am the maker behind Homesteadknitting. I will have it listed down below where you can find me on the internet if you're interested. If you're new here, thanks so much for tuning in, and if you're a returning viewer, thanks again for watching. So I hope everybody's doing good. I've been busy, but not with yarn related things. The weather's been very back and forth here, but it's been a lot nicer than it was, so I've kind of just been hanging outside and just busy doing other things in the house and that. So I only have 2 projects to show you. One of them is a test knit, so I've kind of just been knitting on that like crazy, and then I also have a little bit of yarn and knitting acquisitions to show off. So I'll show you the test knit first. oops. So I am test knitting the Pico Noir tee for Thornton Knits, if I remember correctly. If I remember, I will link to her Instagram down below. Okay, so here we go. So this one is knit bottom up. It has a twisted rib. And then you seam your shoulders together. There is going to be a little bit of a collar here, and there is going to be some cap sleeves. So I've never done cap sleeves, and I've also never knit a collar yet, at least for the kind of collar that this garment has. And obviously you can tell I have to seam my one shoulder together. I was doing it yesterday, but I was having a day, so I got all my stitches back on the needle, started seaming it. Somehow I twisted one of the, I think I twisted the front, so the front, I seamed the back of the front and the right, so the right side and the wrong side got seamed together, so I had to unpick it. Dropped a couple stitches while I was seaming it, somehow didn't notice, and then I realized what I did, so I had to unpick the 3 needle bind off, re-seam it together. However, it turned out really beautiful the second time around, so I'm very excited. And this test knit is due June 1st, so I'm hoping to have it done by May long weekend. The other thing I learned with this test knit is a center single decrease. I've never done that before either. And I think this garment is sized for 7 sizes, is it? 7 or 9. Anyways, I am knitting this on 5mm needles, and I'm using, oh, my straw's in the way. Knit Picks palette in the colorway Cranberry or Currant, something like that. It's a very dark, beautiful red, and I am in love with it. And this will need a good heavy blocking, so I'm very, very excited to have this done. This is my first ever garment test knit. I've done hats, I've done a headband. I think I did something else, but it was just small. Anyways, first ever garment that I'm test knitting out of fingering weight yarn, so I was a little bit worried about finishing it because I think the deadline was like 7.5 weeks. But I'm doing really good, so we're almost there. I'm so excited. I almost have a finished project. We're getting there. Okay, the next one is this, something also new to me. Believe it or not, I've only crocheted 1 Raglan sweater, and I have not knit one. I've only knit circular top down or a couple bottom up. So I am knitting Circes. I don't know how to say it properly, but here's the picture. So it's a Raglan style sweater, and then you have the lace paneling on both of the arms and a little bit on the sides. And this pattern is by Marie Emile Designs, and I actually found it as a free Ravelry download. She also has a bunch of other really nice patterns that are very, I feel like, just like elegant looking and would go with a lot of different outfits. That's why I really wanted to make this one. And it is graded for 10 sizes, right? 10? I think 10. So a 34 3/4 inch bust for the smallest size and a 63-inch bust for the largest size. And it also has three different sleeve length options. So the only downside, I should say, sorry, for this sweater is you do have to read a lace chart, so you do have to know how to read knit charts. So I only have a little bit of this done because I found out that I got picked to test knit the other garment, so I immediately had to put this down. I do have my little needle stoppers here I got from Cara & Co. They're little Levi's. 4.5mm needles. I'm using the exact same fingering weight yarn from Knit Picks, the Knit Picks palette. So the back is raised with short rows. They're very easy to knit, and they are incorporated right into the lace pattern. I'll just see if I can. So you can see a little bit of the lace is happening. Here we go. Absolutely stunning. Believe it or not, this is my first time actually knitting lace and sticking with it. And I was really intimidated after I picked this pattern because I saw the yoke chart is 85 rows long depending on which size you knit. And I was really worried because that's a lot of lace knitting, and I am not a lace knitter. Like, I love the look of lace, but just I could never stick with it. I could never get into it. However, I love this project so much. I was actually really devastated when I got chosen to test knit, not because it's like a bad pattern or the design's wrong. It's not. Like, the Pico Noir tee by Thorns and Knits is very cute. However, I was just obsessed with this lace and just, I didn't know I'd have so much fun knitting lace, and I'm like, why have I never knit lace before? I just feel dumb for not doing this before. So anyways, those are the only two projects that I have for you today. However, I have some yarn acquisitions and knitting related goodies. So I think it was about 2 weeks ago, my boyfriend and I took a trip to the city, and it was actually my grandma that let me know about this, so thanks, Grandma. She let me know that there was a local yarn store probably about 5-10 minutes from her house. I was like, oh, no way. So we actually had to go see my grandma, and we're going for a visit. And then I got to go to the yarn store after, so I was very, very excited. It was my first time actually being able to go into a local yarn store because I moved, and where I live now with my boyfriend there is no yarn stores around. The only place I can go in town to buy yarn is Walmart, but a lot of what they sell is just Burnett Premium, maybe a little bit of Lion brand yarn, and then there's Burnett Handicrafted Cotton, and that's about it for what they sell for yarn in town. So it's not a place that I buy yarn typically because there's just no options really, or the options are very limited and they're not really what I'm looking for. Okay, so I went to the yarn store and they had wool wash in person. So I did a little oopsie and I didn't pick the scent I wanted. I thought I picked up Fig, but I picked up Celebration, which is some sort of like red tea floral scent, which is fine. I'll still like it. However, I did want to try the Fig. Anyways, I have wool wash. I'm very excited to have it in person. Everywhere I was looking to get wool wash, they only sold it online and then they would ship it to you, but I was worried it would leak in the mail, and I didn't want to do that, so I got to go in person and buy it. I'm very, very excited. I also picked up one beautiful skein of yarn. So this is Malabrigo Arroyo, and this is Poipu. Why do they have weird names? I don't know how to say these. I'll just show you the tags because I don't know if I'm saying this right. Anyways, this is a DK weight yarn, 100% superwash merino, 335 yards or 306 meters. And they recommend between a 3.25 to a 4mm needle. And this is absolutely beautiful, this like light sort of turquoisey blue with all the speckles. And I actually did pick up this yarn with an idea in mind. This year I'm really trying to only buy yarn that I know I'm going to use, or that I already have a project planned for it, let's put it that way. Because I am trying to stash down and just get rid of yarns that I've either purchased or were gifted to me that they're just sitting there and I'm not using them. And they're really beautiful to look at, there's nothing wrong with them. I just feel wasteful by not using it. So I'm trying to be more mindful with what I buy and what I use to be a more sustainable crafter in general. So I picked this up to make the Framework Bralette by Jessie May. I think that's the pattern I have. Anyways, I have one of her bralette patterns. It calls for DK weight yarn. I already did try casting it on once before with some sock weight held double, but I didn't like it. So I'm hoping this will be the magic skein. If not, this would be really beautiful for almost any other project. So I'm very excited. And the other thing I picked up from the local yarn store was a 16-inch Knitter's Pride cable, because I don't have a 16-inch, but I have a bunch of 24, 32, 40, 60, and I think I have 64. So they had 16-inch, so I picked one up. And then we were at, where did we go? Okay, so we went to PV Mart, and I was walking by, and they actually have, sometimes they sell yarn and like random yarn related goodies. So I picked up a set of tapestry needles. There's 4 of them, and one of them's a bent tapestry needle, and I never have enough of these. I only have 1 or 2 I actually really like. They also had these finishing needles, which I originally seen Nitty Natty use them when she did a video on how she prepared her Stephen West Slip Stitch Extravaganza shawl, because I was wondering, not wondering, but I just wanted to see it in person because I've never done it before. So she used these and I saw them and knew I wanted them. And then I also picked up a needle gauge and what do you call this? For when you make a swatch, you put it over your swatch, you can measure. It's a 2-in-1. Just says knit and crochet gauge. Anyways, I picked up a gauge because I don't have one, and some of my crochet hooks are hard to read, or the knitting needles don't actually say on them what size they are, so this is going to be very helpful for me. And yeah, that's about all I have to share with you today. I'll hopefully be sitting down next week or a couple weeks from now, and I will for sure have 1 finished project. I'll see if I have 2. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.